Today on Fog Entertainment we're discussing, was Tyrion Lannister right to expel Big Janos to the wall? Welcome back to the channel. We're talking Game of Thrones, we're talking Season 2 theories, and Jon Snow is slapped on the thumbnail, and Jon Snow knows what it's like to be a bastard. But what were they doing? I'll tell you what they were doing, everybody. You've got Stannis sending letters to everybody in Westeros that Joffrey is not Robert's legitimate child. Tyrion then arrives in King Landing and serves the service hand of the king. But the Lord Commander, the City Watch, Janos Slynt, has been violently executing all of King Robert's bastards in the city, including an infant child. By God. What is that all about? That didn't sit right with Tyrion. It didn't sit right with me. I mean, like, they're sitting there killing, like, literally, like, 6-month-old babies. Absolutely baffling. I mean, I totally get why they're doing it, alright? Because at the end of the day, if, wars are won and Joffrey's removed, then the Lannisters, like, really have no claim to the fucking throne, and therefore one of Robert's bastards would end up getting it. But the way the war's going, it looks like it would be Stannis that would get it. Would Stannis, I guess it hasn't really been discussed, like, but it's not like Stannis or Renly's going to fight a war, right? And then just give it up to one of the bastard sons. Definitely not. But we're after Janos Slynt did in the last episode, and he also has a bit of general untrustworthiness about him. Tyrion removes him from his post and sends him to the wall. And was it justified? I think it was. Obviously, Cersei takes great exception to this, but at the end of the day, it was justified. It was absolutely. It was justified. I mean, I guess you could say at this time he is the hand of the king. In this time period, we always talk about, well, it's in this time period, this is why they did this, A, Y, and Z, etc. You can see why this wouldn't banish him to the wall, but, most kings wouldn't do this. Most normal people wouldn't do this. Tyrion is one of the good Lannisters, and the rest of them may do that. I mean, I think it'd be interesting to see what Tywin would do in this situation. I think he probably would kill the baby, but slitting a baby's throat that's like 2 months old, is that beneath Tywin Lannister? That's a guy that fights with his chest out. That's a guy that fights to the death. Is he a guy that kills children? I'm not particularly sure. I don't think anybody that kills children can be. I mean, there's children and there's literally infants. I mean, if you're going toe to toe with like a 15-year-old, right, in a fight with your sword, I think that sounded a bit dodgy. Anyway, I think if you're going toe to toe with like like Jon Snow was like 17, Robb Stark was 17 when this season went. I mean, they can still be technically counted as kids, although I don't know in this time period would they still be technically counted as kids. But that's one thing. But I say going toe to toe with I'd say toe to toe, going and killing an infant, it's mental. I think it was the correct decision, but I'm surprised Cersei didn't get Joffrey to overrule it. What's actually stopping them from just killing? Some of the decisions that Tyrion was getting away with, it's like, what's actually just stopping them from killing him? Like, who's actually going to fucking... What could he possibly say? He's useful, he's smart, but I do think throughout Season 2, Tyrion did cross the line quite a few times, but, obviously, he didn't cross it enough, or else they would have seriously stopped it. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this theory for Game of Thrones. Looking forward to Season 3. Make sure you stay tuned on the channel. Got House of Dragon across the board. Really fun times ahead for Fog Entertainment. But until next time, leave your thoughts down below, and peace.